Valorant's next agent, Agent 20, is still going to be a few months away with episode 4 act 3, but we already have a lot of information about who this character is actually going to be. I already have 2 videos talking about this character, but I wanted to make one up-to-date video covering everything in those videos, correcting things that I got wrong, and basically just every single piece of information we have about this hacker character as of right now. I'm sure we'll get more information in the weeks to come as we get closer to the agent's launch, and for example we'll get more agent dossiers, as well as more emails and voice messages and stuff like that, but for now, this is everything that we've got. First of all, as per usual, we do have one of these player cards in the battle pass, which is going to be a hint towards the next agent. This is the player card on screen with what sort of looks like an eye in the middle, and it does have a resemblance with this logo, which is what the hacker basically goes by. This logo comes up in all their emails and stuff. So these alone make it pretty safe to say that we will get this next agent as this hacker, because the player cards are always used to tease either new characters or new maps in the upcoming act. And seeing as this player card matches these emails, there's undoubtedly a connection between those two there. We also see the symbol of this character in the new home screen for the new act. As you can see here, Brimstone, this icon appears between these 2 dome things, which by the way, those 2 domes probably are an upcoming map, and it's where they're going with the portal, but that's a topic for another video. And you also see this logo around Killjoy's tech, and because both of these logos are appearing on these characters' technology and also comes up with an error symbol, it seems like Valorant are hinting or teasing at this character. We already know that they're a blackmailer and they can get to this sort of information very easily. They're pretty tech savvy, so it's not much of a stretch to assume that they're some sort of hacker as well, which could play into the abilities that we see when they do become an agent. As for the role of this character within Valorant, it seems most likely that this agent will be an initiator, although this is unconfirmed. ValorLeaks a while ago found that there is currently an initiator in the work. He wasn't sure at the time if it was going to be the next agent that was an initiator, and back then the next agent was Neon, and he said there might be another agent before the next initiator. Since then we've got Neon as a duelist, so seeing as there was an initiator in the works all the way back in November of last year, it seems most likely that this character will be an initiator, but again that is unconfirmed, and I think the only option we can really rule out is duelist. I'm hoping that this character when they come to the game will have some abilities similar to KO, because he has that suppression ability. It would make sense for someone who's pretty tech savvy and with these hacking skills to be able to do similar things to that. And since Riot has talked about before how they want to not so much incorporate too many new ideas, like how suppression was a new idea, they want to incorporate those same things in new ways, like how Neon's stun, concussions and stuns weren't new to the game, but Neon's concussion to bounce off walls was new. I'm hoping they do something similar with this suppression, with this hacker, that they incorporate suppression into their kits in new ways. You can see here, this is the first email that we ever got, well we didn't get it, it's to Brimstone from this blackmailer. And it's talking about exposing the Valorant protocol, and this unknown character is basically just threatening Brimstone. We also had this email from Sova talking about the blackmailer. He had no luck finding the blackmailer, and Cypher claimed that the message encryption was untraceable, so Sova and Cypher were both trying to track this person down. You also had this board up in Brimstone's training room, which at first was literally just this icon of the hacker, and then it starts getting attached to some of the maps with these strings, but I'll touch on that more when we get to the agent dossiers. We also had these voice messages from both Sova and Viper, which I will play now.
Brimstone, I do not understand. Our secrets were buried deep, but the blackmailer has everything. They did not leak our dossiers to the public, but they could, and they will. Cypher has rivals, but they are not behind this. He claims the work is too impressive, and if Cypher's impressed, we should all be very concerned. You need to put the Omega plans on hold. We are far too exposed to fight a war on both fronts. This blackmailer is the priority now. We need them found, or dead.
Brim, we can't pull this off any longer. We need more scouts. You have to stop relying on Sova. I know, you trust him, he's capable, but he's one man and he's exhausted. Not that he admits it. Heaven forbid your golden boy ever let you down. Cypher's network is invaluable, but it's a crutch. It doesn't replace our need for agents in the field. We're losing Brim. You know that, right? If we're going to survive, we need more information. We need more eyes.
And especially focusing on Sova's voicemail there is why I'm nearly certain this isn't going to be Agent 8. If you didn't already know, Agent 8 is a character within Valorant who at some point left the protocol for whatever reason. We're not sure if they went on a mission somewhere, they're taking a break, we have no idea. All we know is that they're not currently here, they're not dead though. All we know is that they are alive and they may be on their way back, or they're just currently away. That's literally all we know about them. And this is also why, for some people who are confused about, oh well, Neon was the 18th character added into Valorant, how is this new character Agent 20? It's because each character within Valorant gets given a number based on the order that they joined the protocol. So Brimstone is Agent 1 because he is the one that founded it and he was the one that was first. And because there's this Agent 8 who we don't actually know, even though there's 18 characters in the game, some of the later ones get pushed back one number because of this Agent 8. So for example with Neon, even though she's technically the 18th playable character, she's Agent 19 because she was the 19th agent to join the protocol. So therefore, even though this next character will technically be the 19th playable agent, they are going to be Agent 20. Now, when the new act came around, we got these agent dossiers around the map from the blackmailer, basically now threatening each agent individually and just showing them they have this information about them, they know who they are, and they're not afraid to expose this information to the public if they do not get what they want. This is also why the training board got updated with these strings to the maps, because in the current version of Valorant that is live now, the only map without a dossier is Haven. And as you can see here, the only map without a string connected to the symbol is Haven, showing that they've found that, well, Haven is the only map that hasn't been targeted so far. We also then had this update from the hacker because they saw what Server and Cypher were doing trying to track them down. So then this almost became like a final warning from the hacker saying, if you don't prove your innocence, I will hand over your data to the public. And again, the data that they're talking about was within those agent dossiers. Then the PBE came around, so this next information isn't on the live servers yet, but I think it will be in a few days, like on Wednesday or something when we get the next patch. We got this email from a Cypher saying that he tracked down the source of these encrypted messages to Turkey. So this does lead us to believe that this character is from Turkey, this hacker unknown character. At the very least, that's where their message is coming from, so that's where they're sending their messages from. Whether they actually do have a Turkish background, we can't know for sure yet, but there's reason to believe that they are going to be Turkish. Since they found that this character is in Turkey, Brimstone and Server decided to assemble a team to just hunt down this person, and this is what this new voicemail from Server is about here.
Commander, the strike team to apprehend this blackmailer. You asked for my recommendations. Besides myself, we must send Cypher. No one else can handle surveillance of an entire city. Chamber can provide fire support from a vantage position. Breach has a history with extractions. It would be foolish not to take advantage. Neon can help cover ground quickly. Also, she needs a break from Killjoy. Those two have been cooped up in the lab for too long, and KO has agreed to pilot the Vulture. 5 on the ground, 1 in the skies. This is good. We will bring this threat to justice, Brimstone. You have my word.
So you can see there with those characters in mind being Sova, Cypher, Chamber, Neon, Breach, and KO. This is what this update to the training board is about. It's updated the strings connecting to the map saying that, okay, now Split is the only map without these new dossiers, which I'll bring up shortly. As well as there, you can see the pictures of the 6 agents next to the symbol, being those agents who are actually going to go and find and take down this hacker. With the PBE update, we did also get a second batch of all these agent dossiers. I'm not going to go over these in detail too much, because while they're pretty interesting talking about each character themselves and revealing some of their backstories, it doesn't actually help us figure out who this hacker is, other than someone who has a lot of information about the agents. There is a bit of speculation about who this character could be, but unfortunately, there's no concrete evidence of any of it. So for now, this hacker is just very shrouded in mystery, but hopefully in the upcoming updates we get more information about them, as the strike team that Brimstone is sending is hopefully able to find them and bring them back into the protocol. That's really everything we've got for the moment though. Again, in the upcoming weeks we'll get more information and I'll make more videos about that when we get that, so make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already. And if I did manage to miss anything that you think is important, make sure you let me know down below with a comment. Otherwise though, that's it from me for now, and I will see you all next time. See ya.